Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to DACC qualifier. This is Faceless versus Mineski, game 2 of a best of 3 series. I am Luminous, and I'm going to be joined by Ailson. And you know what I really appreciate about this is like, there's no break. Everybody just joins the game, next game lobby. Nobody needs to go make a sandwich, smoke break, bathroom without washing their hand. You know, we just back playing Dota.
And that's what it means to be a professional, Lumi.
Is that exactly what it means to be professional?
It is exactly what it means to be a professional.
Don't take
always
bathroom
ready.
breaks. Always ready. Okay. I mean, I'm okay with people taking a bathroom break. Was there a pause in the beginning of the last game?
No, actually.
I don't think there was.
I don't think there was. Yeah.
There you
the
go.
first time in like 8 games or something.
All right. So Mineski gonna allow the Ember Spirit and Earth Spirit combination to go through, but in return they get the Rubik and Weaver.
Is this gonna be another Darkseer game?
10 seconds.
Darkseer has not been touched yet.
Ice is not a one-trick pony, so let's put it that way. And even though it was like those great vacuum wall combo plays at the end that won them the game, I think it was more about the playstyle of the heroes before that, like put them in the big lead.
Dyer's pick.
I definitely agree with you on that. I think even without the vacuum combos, they probably would have just won, but maybe like taken maybe like 5 or 10 more minutes.
Right.
They didn't hit those huge team wide combos.
And speaking of that kind of style, there's a Darkseer. Speaking of the style, it's just like multiple lanes being shoved in and pressured, like iron shells and creeps by Ice. I mean, will you be surprised at all if Darkseer does not buy a mech and gets a Helm of the Dominator this game?
Well, I mean, last game he did the exact same thing, right? He went Iron Talon, got Helm of the Dominator, and then went back for the Guardian Greaves.
Yep.
And I think the way he uses Helm of the Dominator definitely justifies him picking that item up first before the Guardian Greaves. He like actually accomplishes so much with it.
Would you almost say it's like a mini Midas, but has good stats on it as well?
I wouldn't go so far as to call it a mini Midas. I don't think it actually propels your farm by, an extravagant amount.
I don't know. The way I see him using it, like just pushing.
Actually, maybe you are right. Yeah, because I mean, you can also do things like take control of a creep, give it Iron Shell, send it to the jungle, and you can just make it clear camps.
Well, while you're jungling, that centaur could be like pushing a lane or creep skipping or something. There's just like so much you can do.
And I mean, he's definitely been doing that.
Yeah. The bigger question is whether Faceless is gonna stack for the Darkseer, which is, I think, a big reason why he was so far ahead so quickly, because he was able to farm like a triple stack Ancients.
Reserve time.
I'll be on the lookout if Nuts is gonna be making that rotation to do the same.
I think it was XY who did it for him last game.
Oh, okay.
And if the lane is gonna go somewhat similar to last game, I wouldn't be surprised if they just stack for him as well. Because I think last game they basically they tried to run the Earth Spirit and Darkseer dual lane, and it was able to put a little bit of pressure. But realistically speaking, if they kept doing it, they wouldn't really amount to anything. Really, it would just be more efficient to just go into the jungle and farm, and that's exactly what Ice did. And XY just sat in lane and waits until it's time to stack, and then they just stack Ancients.
Right. Although I have to
If they
say,
dominate the lane, then it's a different story.
this time around though, Weaver is gonna be much harder of a hero to lane against. Although maybe not. Faceless does have a lot of ways to now silence and stun the Weaver. Both Earth Spirit and Crystal Maiden has very great tools against the bug. So, of course, you got the lawnmower strat of the Flame Guard plus Iron Shell.
10 seconds to go.
I've never actually heard of that title, but I actually like it. So
I mean,
we'll go with that.
It's actually a lawnmower.
strat.
Like, it just runs you over. Everybody just falls over like grass.
All right, Crystal Maiden definitely helps with this laning phase. It just gives everyone the mana they need to pretty much crush their lane. Like with the Aura, you can just spam out the lane nonstop with Iron Shell and Soul Ring. And it's also a nice addition to the vacuum combo.
True. Although I think Earth Spirit's gonna be the one that's doing most of the work there.
Tinker.
Okay. The J Tinker.
Ban.
Are we gonna see a long game or are we gonna see a short game? I actually remember we saw a Tinker game that ended like in 13 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, they were just absolutely wrecking. And I think it was...
10 seconds.
It started with a mid lane matchup, the Tinker versus Ember, and Ember just did not have a good time at all. Obviously the blind, the laser will pierce through the flame guard as it does do pure damage.
Reserve time.
It doesn't break the flame guard obviously, but you know, he takes a bunch of damage and he can't last it. And the right click for Tinkers are quite impressive, so. Although, that's kind of not how I'm looking the matchup. I'm looking at the fact that Ritzbear could roll in and set up kills on the Tinker instead. So, I feel like this mid lane is
we
pretty
might-
even.
We might see some of that fancy Earth Spirit plays. You roll in and kick him back.
Yeah, those are always good to see.
What should Mineski go for here? I think they actually need.
Radiant's ban.
Actually, I think between the Sand King and Rubik, I think they actually have a decent amount to handle the Ember Spirit. They actually ban out
Radiant's
Spectre.
I don't know. It's so
Do you
not
think we'll-
faceless.
Do you think we'll end up seeing Clinks again?
Clinks? No, I think what he'll do is Phantom Lancer here.
Seconds to go.
The Black Phantom Lancer. We've seen it picked against Tinker once, right?
5 seconds.
Just like doppelganger into the trees to find the Tinker and then just kill him. It's one of Black's better heroes, although he doesn't get a chance to play it too often because it's not really a meta. That would be my guess.
I think it's actually
kind of out there.
It's
though.
not a bad pick.
Of course, like you can
Mineski-
go for his like Void or Slark. There's a lot of options for him.
Maybe they'll do something a little more out of the box and pick up the third spirit, the Storm Spirit, just to shut down a Tinker later on.
Yeah, all of the spirits are quite good against Tinker, I have to say.
I mean, realistically speaking, I think Storm is actually decent for all of these heroes. It's also a good way to start off a team fight for your team if you manage to pick off a Rubik or a Sand King or even just
10
jump the
seconds to
Weaver
go.
or the Tinker. Like anyone you jump, it's actually
5
makes it easier for your team, especially since you have the Earth Spirit Dark Spirit combo.
All right, we're gonna see the Tie Hunter here by Mineski, and I think the game plan they're just going for is, look, we're gonna just not die, we're gonna protect and delay the game. Maybe you're gonna outskill us in the mid game, but we're gonna just out late game you, out team fight you, and I think that's where Mineski perhaps has the edge over Faceless.
seconds to go.
But whether this game plan will come to fruition is a different story. I feel like a Rubik Sand King dual support is very, very greedy. In fact, all of these heroes are very greedy and extremely easy for Faceless to punish.
I don't even know if Mineski have the upper hand in the ultra late game. I feel like
Ah, it's a black anti-mage.
well, I mean, if you were discussing ultra late game, I'm pretty certain that Faceless have this in the ultra late game.
Sure. Yeah. Now with the AM pick up, and of course AM is quite good against Weaver because of the pressure that you could put on him via Mana Burn. And of course,
Great for laning against the Tide Hunter as well.
Yeah, Tinker is gonna be a walking time bomb wherever he is on the map. This is just looking bad for Mineski.
Well, let's see if they have the answers for this anti-mage. I feel like you said, these supports are kind of greedy. I honestly believe that if they don't aggro tri-lane this lineup,
10 seconds to go.
Black is just going to free farm, and we're just going to see him take control of the game by like 25 minutes.
I think even before that. So let's hope that Argo Trialing is coming up, because I was pretty hyped for this match. I hope it won't be a quick 2-0. You know, Mineski, I'm looking forward to them to fight back here.
And the triple TP comes out. XY not canceling his this time. Alright.
Ooh, a very deep war being dropped here by Ninja Gabuki. You rarely see this one that early, because I guess that will scout out the Darkseid rotation into the jungle, but I'm not sure how important that is.
Maybe they plan on having Sand King disrupt his jungle in case he does.
Okay. Well, it looks like there is no offensive trialing coming through because are firmly sitting on the top lane.
30 seconds to go.
Oh, I don't know about this.
I'm not sold, man. I'm
My
not sold.
prediction, my prediction of Black just completely owning this game is definitely favoring this lane setup.
Yeah, I have to agree as well, because... Well, let's see how the mid lane goes, because I think that's another lane that Jay could actually punish Jabs pretty hard, but
And here we go.
it's very frequent that Jabs has a disadvantaged matchup, but his support does so much in terms of coming back in and helping him out, so... In fact, I've seen like multiple trialing mids in the past where both supports even rotate just to harass and deny. Wait.
All right, Mineski,
Sup-
early smoke. We'll
Okay.
see where this goes.
Sand King does have the boots here. If they could do a wraparound against Jabs, Jabs Flame Guard already turned on. The first laser comes around, and Jabs does have a tango running. Ooh, he expects
They're
it.
going in.
He's gonna get lifted. He's gonna get tossed right in place. Not the toss back. The right clicks are coming through. They need a second laser. It will come off cooldown right now. The laser's gonna come through the fairy fire. They need more right clicks, but it's not gonna be enough. That Pro Man shield from Jules. In fact, Jules almost even dies. I think if Jules lifted him towards the river, they would
I
have.
think so too. I think it was just a slight miscommunication though, because he wasn't sure. I guess they didn't communicate where they were gonna throw the Rubik.
Yeah.
Or not the Rubik, the Ember Sphere.
Maybe he was afraid that the Sand King will miss a burrow strike by accident or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, it wasn't like the most costly gank ever because they just started in the mid lane as the game began. But still, they definitely would have loved that first blood on Jabs.
I think it's actually pretty costly because it allowed XY to get a free creep wave, and he's gonna be close to level 3 because of this.
Okay.
Ninja Boogie still sitting at mid, but there is a ward spotting him out.
Tinker is also having a little bit of trouble keeping up his regen. His HP is quite low, eating a lot of that Flame Guard. Whereas Jabs out of regen already, might actually need to get himself a salve. Has a TP purchase. That's actually fairly interesting.
No, I think he TP'd it because he assumed that
He was gonna die?
Gonna die, yeah.
Okay.
So just doing his best to spend that gold. And even though he doesn't have the regen, he does have CM providing him the R for a bit more mana, and he still has Shrine to rely on.
What a kick by XY. He gets search away here. The Burrow Strike is available. Do they want Ice Ice Ice? No, they want to turn back here for XY. But now Ice 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 walking in, applying the Iron Shell. They're going to try to kill the XY. Still dropping very low. They need a couple more right clicks. Miracle will draw the first blood. Saguchi on cooldown.
I
He
think
does
Miracle is dead
stick.
here.
He's got 7 stick, but still he needs to juke, but he can't juke. Ice 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 going to get a return kill on Weaver. Alright, called that worth it here for Faceless. 2v3. Trades and support for a carry.
I would say it's pretty.
I guess they
even.
did get first blood.
They got first blood, yeah. And Miracle's only level 3, so it's not exactly the worst that could happen for them. Are doing not too bad up here actually. Keeping his mana very low so that Black can't actually mana burn him for much. So not really in any danger of getting killed up here.
At the same time, because he has no mana, he also can't really zone the AM
Right.
out. So I think Black is okay with this exchange.
Oh, and Ice 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 stealing the stack would be huge for him here.
Oh, Miracle gets at
Pretty
least
much
a
finished
victory.
most all of it. Time to get out. XY even stealing the last one with a boulder kick.
Oh, good.
Back in the mid lane, watching that matchup. Tinker, I had a little bit on CS and denies, but nothing really too drastic. And this is all
we
okay
were
for
talking about
Jeps.
how the matchup is like pretty favorable for Tinker, but
Yep.
Jab's is actually doing really well for himself.
Jab's gonna get the
If he
rid-
gets this is gonna be
Oh.
huge. Oh, he missed it.
Yeah, he missed the chain and that
He
allowed
missed the
Tinker.
steering chains.
Yeah. The last time we saw Tinker actually win this matchup is when he actually went like 3-0-3. You know,
Oh,
just-
that is true.
Yeah.
He went for a more farming build.
which I guess it fits their overall game plan, right? Like this seems to be a we're gonna slow the game down kind of farm, and the laser rocket build is actually very, very risky in the sense that
Top lane, they're trying to make a go on RR. Black is not 6 yet.
no,
Oh, they have that ion shell.
Yo.
That's why.
dude, he popped that mango, which I think actually says Black says okay, yeah, sure. I actually hit for some damage now.
Yeah, very nice rotation from XY. Coming in with that ion shell made
Yep.
it very easy for that kill to happen. I think if he didn't have that ion shell, he probably would have lived because Rubik TP'd up top.
Yeah. Well, right from the get-go, Faceless having a pretty good advantage in the game already. If you look at the farming chart, they're up by 1,000 gold. This is just mostly just off kills and last hits.
Bottom tower's getting the business.
Well, 1,000 is still easily salvageable. I wouldn't say it's too extreme of a lead. I think we've seen far more ridiculous leads before.
True.
Like the 10-minute mark.
But assuming the pacing of this game remains the same, right? Like, Faceless is going to pull ahead
Down.
more and more. Mid lane, we're going to
Read it
see a
up.
roll, silence, kick, XY. Just perfect on the hero. And that's going to be another kill.
Well, don't over credit him too much. He did waste one stone, as you can see here.
Oh, I see. Alright, XY needs to go back to the lab.
Still, very good gank on a very, very high priority target. I'm kind of surprised that Mineski aren't doing a little more to like really, really protect this Tinker, because I don't think the Weaver needs too much support.
I think that goes back to the greedy nature of the two supports. It's not about the Weaver needing stuff, it's just about the supports. They need to be pulling, they need to be getting experience. And sitting a Rubik mid or sitting a Sand King mid might protect the Tinker, but then they also lose out in the long run.
I think whatever the case is, though, Mineski's supports are still kind of suffering, even though they are stuck at this bottom lane.
Yeah.
I think it really, really hurt them not being able to have a successful level 1 gank.
Maybe Jules needs to do that patented tier 2 pull.
Winning fortifying their structures.
Alright, Ice is down here again. Is he close? I thought I saw him queue up the Helm of the Dominator. So
Oh,
I
you-
guess this is all he has for now.
Yeah, you know he's working towards it. Headdress already up. Although the
Nice
headdress
little play.
could be a mech.
No, let's be real. It's the Dominator for sure.
Oh, ward denied? No. Well, Jade's pretty close to his BOTs. If he just like doesn't miss a single last hit, he'll get it by like the 9-10 minute mark, which then the game begins anew, right? At least for the Tinker. So
Alright, Black has finished his Dominator.
even AMs
I really like
go for
I
dominators.
really like seeing the double Dominator from Faceless, because I'm almost certain that he dominates creeps based on what Ice like asks of him,
Uh-huh.
and then he just shares control. That's honestly my guess.
Radiant's mid
Because every time I see them use both of the creeps, it's like so in sync. I'm kind of led to believe that it's just one person controlling it.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Black and Ice did the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance at home. And now they are of one. Kind of strange to see Anti-Mage get the Helm of the Dominator, because you know traditionally it's all about the Battle Fury timing, right? That will propel you ahead. Back in the bottom lane here, Miracle getting driven in here. TP gets cancelled, and XY should go down here.
I think they should have been fine if they just ran for it.
Yeah.
But I think he just top
Wait.
lane.
TIE Hunter about to eat the triple remnant. Well, TPs are coming back in. Miracle's thrown in. Crystal Maiden letting the ultimate go. Yeah, Miracle's on top of the creep wave. He needs to Sakuchi again. Now on the right side, Jules is gonna get gone on. He's gonna try the shrine. Doesn't even make it to the shrine. He just dies. And Miracle is now isolated. Maybe he could go on for the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crystal Maiden is super dead.
Well. Alright, Crystal Maiden is dead.
Oh?
No mana void.
No, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Towers having technical difficulties.
Thought I would have been close, considering he had 3 levels of mana burn. One more hit, and he actually wouldn't have had the mana to Shikuchi away.
Radiant's bottom towers seen better days.
Oh, they're trying to find Ninja Boogie bottom. Oh, they got him.
The kick's there, the silence is there, and that's the kill.
Nice, nice, nice. Only 100 gold off of that Dominator. Alright, he's got it.
I mean, you could see that, like, between the mid and the core, the farm rate is fairly similar. But then once you look at position 3, 4, 5, Mineski just, like, falls so far behind. The TIE Hunter is 1,000 gold behind. And I think that's the most of the big deficit. And the Crystal Maiden, obviously being able to jungle, she's quite ahead as well.
Yeah, and that gap is beginning to widen at 1,000 a minute, roughly. Right now, about 2,500 at 10 minutes, 3,000 XP as well. And once again, Faceless just being more efficient overall with their lanes.
I think it helps to have a Darkseer, right? Because he could just duck in the jungle very easily to farm. TIE Hunter technically could do the same, but just not at the same speed.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you mentioned the ancient stacking, right? They just don't ancient stack this time because they're actually able to get a lot out of the lane. They're just not bullied out instantly.
True.
Oh, they're gonna find Ninja Boogie. They break the smoke.
Sand King gonna get silenced and magnetizes on top here. The shrine not gonna be available. Ravage's gonna come through. Does clip 2 people on the tail end here. Can they get jabs? They lift him. They toss him back. He does have 2 fire remnant. Is he gonna pop one out? He does. He's gonna jump away. Miracle's on the chase, but Nuts is ready to bail out his teammates. So 1-for-1 trade though. Ravage was committed.
That was very worth it for Faceless because all they lost was XY.
Yep.
And they forced out the TPs, and Black is
Still free
well,
farming.
actually, Ninja Boogie is here to stop him.
I mean,
But yeah,
is he
Ravage
actually
down.
stopping him?
Yeah, it's more than enough to deter him from taking the tower.
Black gonna go back to jungle and keep hitting creeps.
I think Anti-Mage is the only hero left in the game that buys Battle Fury.
Oh, dude, no, the new Bounty Hunter Battle Fury build. Come on.
Oh, okay. I have still yet to see that in action, by the way.
I think Juggernaut could sometimes go for it.
Okay, so Black has taken control of the Centaur. Like, look, just watch where it goes. I can almost guarantee you it's shared with Ice Ice Ice.
Well, meanwhile, Ice 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 has a dominated Tro. Farms a camp. Or 2. And you're right, that Centaur knows who the daddy is. Go straight to the
Ice
Centaur.
Ice, the true
Wait!
zookeeper.
Wait! No, he's just hanging out now. He's microing it.
Dyer's top towers, you know the drill.
I wish there was a way to tell. Player's perspective. Oh, did they see Jules? Alright, no, I don't think he's microing it.
Radiant's mid tower getting banged up.
Oh, jabs. Sees Jules and... Oh, he's dead. Dude! He was at full HP!
Oh, Jabs actually played this
Nice.
out super well too, though. He knew he would be able to kill him with just 2 remnants and save himself 1.
Ninja Boogie's gonna
Ensure
come
that
in.
He wouldn't die.
No epicenter, but the Centaur stomp being micro by somebody. That's gonna allow the retreat here of Faceless. Meanwhile, Black is still free farming.
Yeah, as expected.
Dyer's mid tower won't last much longer.
I think this is what separates
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
Ember players, is knowing exactly how many remnants you need to kill someone, so that you can still make a safe getaway.
Also, your mana control, right? Like, treat him almost like a storm. You need enough mana to do your combo and maybe enough mana to escape as well.
So Jay has finished all of his early game essential items. Still 1,000 off from the Blink Dagger, but honestly, do you see too much happening, even if he gets the Blink Dagger? Do you think they're just gonna drag this game out as long as possible?
For who?
Radiant's top tower's hurt.
Mineski.
I mean, who's getting the blink? Ninja Boogie?
No. Jay.
I mean, that will help in terms of dragging out the game, but dragging out the game only makes sense if the net worth graph is even, right? Which is anything but. I don't think the Tinker Blink changes anything. I think the Sand King Blink has a chance of doing something, because the Sand King Blink means, you know, they could get kills, maybe get objectives. Whereas the Tinker Blink, I think, just keep on delaying and delaying.
Well, while that is the case, he is not even close to it.
Yeah.
And like you said, you know, delaying the game only means something if they are relatively close, but I think the gap just continuously widens, right? 4,000 now.
I mean, again, it comes down to if they're gonna get any kills, as, you know, both teams are farming. The problem is, I feel like there is going to be a stage where Anti-Mage will be able to split push with Battle Fury.
Look at this. Did you see this?
No? Where should I be looking?
This is
Oh.
Darkseer combo.
Yo.
The Satyr Banisher.
This is not
They
right.
cannot run away.
This is not right. The Sand King is running away from a creep.
He already made Rubik TP out too. That's
Yeah.
2 TPs forced just by having this Satyr Banisher combo. Because if you catch someone, they actually just cannot move anywhere.
Yeah?
His mid tower won't last.
What a
XY
combo.
gonna run into the team here, and well, actually they toss him away. Rabbit's gonna get committed here. They will get both supports for sure. Alright, that's a good start here. Can Mineski get an objective out of this? All tier 1 towers are even alive here for Faceless, so maybe it's time to chip them down a little bit.
Looks like they're going to put some pressure on the top tower. No, everyone just goes back to farming. If anything, it's just going to be Miracle doing his best to put as much damage as he can on this top tower.
Mid lane, blink root here, jab, triple remnant in, and bang, he's dead. You blink, you missed it. 100 to 0. This hero's fair.
The Dire might want to mine.
Well, I played it earlier, and now
Yeah.
I know why this hero's OP.
You haven't played it for months, and yet even you went beyond godlike.
Triple Remnant into someone, watch them die instantly, seems good.
Yep.
It was an alchemist too, I think.
Half the time you forgot to veil, you know, doesn't matter. RR.
Oh,
Gonna get Centaur stomped.
Centaur creep.
Centaur stop? No, they don't need him.
A whole Centaur stop?
Oh,
Wait, where's
man.
the stop?
They're just playing with their food right now. That's gonna be 1 kill.
I think they realized that they don't actually need the Centaur Stomp to get the kill off,
Yeah.
and they still had he still had Vacuum ready, and I'm pretty certain that Ice Slice is the one who's microing it. So, you know, there is a chance that they could get a second one or a second hero.
Ninja Boogie coming in from the high ground. He sees Nuts. That should be a very easy kill. Burrow Strike, the mech has already been used here, and Nuts losing a lot of HP very, very fast. Frostbite is used on Miracle. Miracle is stunned up. Nuts pops the magic wand and is letting his ultimate loose. It's finally gonna go down, I think. Wait.
No,
Nuts
Perfectly fine.
survived perfectly
Ninja Boogie
fine.
gets stunned by the Centaur.
He's dead. The rocket's gonna fly through on the back line. I think Crystal Maiden might... No, Crystal Maiden is still alive. She's earning himself back up. She's actually back to like full HP, almost Miracle. Now going on the
Jab,
jabs.
Just be careful here.
Okay. I mean, I think he's fine here. His teammates backing him out. Magnetite's gonna come back in, and Jabs still being focused. Miracle, no more timeless. The vacuum back in. Miracle still gunning for the skill. Jabs dropping very low. One more right click. He is gonna trade his life for Jabs. And that is...
So worth. Look at that.
yeah,
goal.
that was a big streak. But Black has joined the fight. And Black is taking a rune while joining fights. Oh, he dominates the Centaur. Unfortunately, it wasn't like a troll net or something. That would have been sick.
And yeah, like you mentioned, that's just a 4v5. Black is still farming while all of this is going on.
And I think Tinker and Weaver both died in that fight.
Yep, they're both dead.
Oh boy.
One thing to note is I'm really surprised at how good this Weaver build is for dealing with Ember. you drain his mana at a surprisingly fast rate, and you can remove that flame guard.
Yeah. And even just getting the movement speed slow on him, and once he realized, oh, I need to run away, that remnant just travels so slowly.
Yeah.
So he can't even make as far of a escape, so. It seems like Mirko really favors this Diffusal Blade on the Weaver, and he gets it pretty much every time.
I think this is pretty much the new Weaver build, though. I'm pretty sure I see it on every Weaver build. Just not this early, though.
You mean he eventually get it? Like, you
Yeah,
always go like
eventually.
Deso Dragonlance, you know? That seems to be the norm.
Like sometimes I'll see Dragonlance, Deso, Lincolns, and then
Diffusal. Yeah.
Never really like this.
Roll in the silence.
Roll in.
Kick. Okay, XY. Are you gonna call him for wasting a stone here?
Nah, that's fine. Oh, jabs. So a pick off on Jewels.
You actually can't farm on the map anymore. Like as a support.
Are they gonna ravage this? Oh, jabs.
Okay.
Super low. Oh, this is the kill.
Yo, has no mana out. That Diffusal Blade, man.
This is the build.
Okay. I'm learning.
Yeah. Ninja Boogie getting chased down. Finds Invis.
Oh, Tinker, Blink online. You think he's gonna be going Dagon here, or are we looking at hexes?
He's got a hex queued up. I'm pretty sure you don't go for Dagon, because Dagon is like a really offensive build. They are not in any position to take these team fights right now. They just have to go for whatever helps them farm faster or get some of the easy pickoffs. And Sheepstick is definitely one of the better items for getting pickoffs right now.
Oh, Sheepstick's just good all around. Good for team fights as well. I was thinking that, you know, Mineski, if they just kind of keep on farming, going for, you know, avoiding the team fights and stuff, Dagon might help them pick up a couple extra kills here and there, but I guess Hex also serves a very similar purpose.
Yeah, Hex is far more reliable too. Dagon just gives you that burst damage, but if you're trying to pick off someone like Jabs, for example, having a Hex makes it that much easier.
Yeah. Actually, Hex makes it painfully easy.
Yeah. Alright, Black has finished his Manta and the Battle Fury. Faceless have no issues of, with taking this as late as possible, I think. Maybe not 60-minute late, but late to the point where Black has 6 items, 5 items.
I mean, Black still has like 3 item slots left. It's fine.
Don't worry, he's an anti-mage. He'll finish it in... Just give him like 5 minutes. He'll show you... He'll come out with maybe like 2 more items.
He's queuing up the
he's got
axe.
the scepter.
Yeah. Dude, I'm gonna see this one fight. Rubik's gonna try to lift him, and he's gonna get wrecked. Oh, the stone, micro, the boulder paws, and of course there is a mud golem with iron shell, getting ice to kill. Joe's is getting caught out repeatedly. I think he's died to the Ember like 3 times and just died in the river. I know as the game gets really hard for support, they have to like make that risky movement outside to ward, but not only do you get caught like that, you also get your wards dewarded. Like what Nuts is doing, so it's rough.
Alright, Ninja Boogie is 400 gold away from Blink, but I think we were talking about the Blink Dagger 15 minutes ago, or something like that. I don't even know if this Blink Dagger is going to be able to help them accomplish too much. I'm starting to think that if Sand King picks up the Blink Dagger, Tidehunter also needs to pick up the Blink Dagger, and they just pretty much go all in on these team fights to maybe pick off 1 or 2 and go back into just go back into base defense mode.
Well, those Blink Daggers are coming. Man, 25-minute Blink is going to be Ninja Boogie's timing. It's going to be one of the slowest Blink, even for a support.
It's a rough game for support here. This Jab's Ember just does not make it easy for a support to get farm on the map.
True.
And the worst part about it is that they can't even jungle because Ice 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 continuously scouts the jungle with his Dominator creeps, and the Dominated creep with Ion Shell is more than enough to deter them from farming.
I mean, if he doesn't do it, Ice, or sorry, the anti-mage will run through and clean it up too, so. Mineski are just starved on the map. Now a 10,000 gold lead here favoring Faceless.
This is rough. A slow, brutal game for Mineski. And oh, Tidehunter just goes for the Guardian Greaves, so it's not even a hope for Blink Dagger.
Interesting. Maybe he feels like the Ninja Boogie initiation will be enough.
I don't think it's enough. I think what's going to happen right now is that if they don't have... Oh, Jules almost goes down. Very close. I think that what's going to happen in these team fights is that if Tide doesn't ravage everyone for his Mineski, and Ninja Boogie's the only one with the initiation, they're just going to get vacuum comboed again. Alright, they smoke. They're gonna run into black, but...
I mean, they know exactly where black is, but can they do anything about it? On the back line here, Miracle, BKB has been popped here, goes for a Crystal Maiden kill, is gonna get it. Black comes in.
They need more. They really need more.
Well, black is really in here. 1v3 right now. Are they not ravaging him?
He has Aegis. So because he has Aegis, like, there's no reason to ravage him.
Bro, strike,
They're
here
just
comes
gonna-
Jabs. Jabs does have a reach on Miracle. Miracle trying to get some HP back, just gets blown up. Like you said, the understanding of how much this combo does. And now the Iron Shell creep gets microed, then body blocking RR trying to run away, but there's so much doubt damage over time. Meanwhile, there's Jabs chasing on the other side for the Sand King. Sand King looks like he was able to complete support home. But RR will die as well. These are not even team fights. It's just like random pickoffs. Just back to back together.
I think Mineski made the right decision not going for black, because if you waste everything just for an Aegis, I'm pretty certain that just means you're gonna lose your racks. But at the same time, like, look at what's happening. You're losing racks anyways.
Yeah. I mean, they were just so far behind even before that point, so I don't know. Ninja Boogie?
Ninja Boogie. Oh, they popped the shrine, that's fine. Alright, black's got that scepter now too.
Okay.
Wait, how come it didn't reflect the laser?
Because it bounced off, I believe, a creep instead of... Yeah.
I thought he targeted black. Look how much damage that did them. It was surprisingly strong.
I want to say that was not targeted on him, but...
That was, like, the worst team fight you could ask for, though, for Mineski. They used the smoke for it. That was Miracle's first BKB as well, and all they got to show for it was 1 CM.
My thanks to thee.
Better than no CM.
I actually think that it's better that they didn't go for that at all.
The 10-second
I
BKB
think
is
the
worth more than CM? Yeah, I agree.
I think the BKB is worth more than CM, yeah. Alright, and Jabs coming close to that level 20 for this cooldown reduction, and fairly close to the Octarine Core. I think once he picks up Octarine Core, like, can you really kill him?
Mid lane, they were making a go here for Miracle, who does have a BKB as well now, so... obviously, he already had it for the next fight. We were just talking about it. So I don't think these ganks on him are gonna work anymore. I think the time now you kill Miracle is, like, via a bash, and have Anti-Mage deal with him, or once Anti-Mage picks up Basher, then you can also deal with him.
Or you can also just vacuum combo everyone.
Sure. Vacuum into a Centaur Stomp from a neutral.
It's gonna happen, I'm telling you.
The rune of haste.
Well, Faceless taking this pretty slowly. They don't have Aegis anymore. Oh, top lane?
We've
Wait,
up top here.
oh,
Swarm's
okay,
gonna
we cancel.
come out. Oh, the vacuum
that.
stun
Look
into
at
another
that.
stun. Where's the silence? Where's the silence?
He's
The
not
root's gonna
silencing
be
'cause
there.
he knows he has BKB.
Ah, that's right. The BKB will get forced out here, but he's being chased everywhere. Now Sakuchi's over. He's still got dust on him. BKB will run out very, very soon. The kick! Oh my god, everything on point. Miracle gonna get chased down 1v5. And now, Ice pings the tier 2.
And that's your second BKB, and you don't even get a CM out of it.
Yeah. Like I said, worse than having no CM.
Oh, Black is just going in.
Radiant's top tower is taking hit.
Threatening with that Mana Void. Wouldn't have done anything, though. I actually think that Faceless could just... Actually, I don't think they can end the game here. They're strong, but they're not strong enough to eat Tinker spam.
Yeah, especially Axe Tinker spam. But Black, okay, he's blocking them spells, man.
I think more importantly, having the Scepter
The Diet.
makes it so that you're not as threatened by a potential Hex in the later stages. Because it's going to block it and reflect it to the Tinker.
Sure. Or Abyssal Blade from the... Well, actually, nobody's actually gonna make Abyssal Blade, but that will also get rid of it. Yeah.
Maybe
Although-
a 6-slotted Weaver. Actually,
Yeah.
even then, I don't think you can consider it.
I mean, Weaver used to go Hexes as a late game disable, but I think Abyssal Blade's perhaps better now.
They actually used to go Abyssal, but the problem was, or the problem is that they nerfed Abyssal
Yeah.
in terms of damage output. Oh, look at that reflect.
Yeah.
Jules actually might have died if Black decided to go on. Alright, Black continues to farm away. I'm actually kind of impressed by Jay's farm though on this Tinker. He's actually ahead of Jabs, despite
mean-
Jabs being on the winning side.
The difference between the farm is that Jay is taking farm from his team. Whereas
For sure.
AM is essentially creating farm for his team, because right now the Nuts gets a farm here, because Black is like shoving in all the lanes on the other side.
And well, Roshan is back up now. I'm pretty sure Faceless just go for Roshan and
Call it a
probably
game.
go for another smoke. They need to kill off this Tinker though. This Tinker is just too much to deal with for high ground pushes. All right, they're rotating to Roshan now, but Faceless definitely just need to find out how they can kill off this Tinker. That's like their biggest challenge right now.
Well, they technically have the tools. They have the Blink Sanking, they have the... Wait. Sorry, wrong team.
Wrong team. There's no blink on Darks there though.
Yeah.
It's pretty much
Holy
comes
shit,
down to
I'm so tired.
Anti-Mage and Ember Spirit.
Yeah. I guess just a random kick as well, right? From the Earth Spirit.
It's possible. Very unlikely, but it's definitely possible. Black has another Aegis now.
Wait, can Black just get to a point where like it doesn't matter? He'll just seize your building.
I don't think so. I think Tinker is actually strong enough to fend off an anti-mage from taking high ground.
I mean, here it comes. He's got Manta to get rid of one blind. He got his axe to reflect another. Yeah.
He's just forcing everyone to come back here.
Oh, that gush!
Oh.
The axe gush! Where
Yeah,
you
it's
at?
an Axe Gush.
Yeah.
I did not know that's how it worked. Okay.
That's exactly
cool.
how it works.
So he forces everyone back, and how are Faceless going to take this? Because I think apart from Black, there's really not too much in the way of... I was wondering what the spell interaction was, or the interaction was between Lotus and Spellsteal. But yeah, Black's like the only one who can actually take buildings here. So even if they push in all the lanes, there's not going to be too much structural damage unless Black actually gets in there to hit buildings.
I think he's looking for like a blink basher hit for a kill.
But, like, look, dude, this is what I mean. This Tinker is doing a lot of damage to Black.
I wonder if Heart is the solution to all of this. Oh, you know what they should do? When you Helm of the Dominate and you put it in your backpack, your creep should just die. Like, I don't know.
Oh, it's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Right. Black decides to change lanes.
Okay, but now the roll to silence goes on here on Jules. Jules gonna get caught out. He's dead immediately. Buyback comes out. Black focusing on the tower. Now goes in. The Abyssal's gonna be the gush.
He's gonna kill Jules again.
Yep, and that's
Jules
a
is dead
dieback.
forever.
60 seconds here.
They found Jay.
They do, and now Jace is stuck in there for
found
good
Jay.
as well, and the Ravage
And he
gonna
has no
come out.
buyback.
Yep, Jay is gonna
kill
be
him
dead
here.
here. Black. Okay, epicenter. There was no epicenter. He gets back into a wall, and that's gonna be GG.
If Jay dies, it's this game.
All right, Miracle gonna go for the CM. Okay, you got the CM. Worth, I guess.
Work. 1 BKB, 1 CM.
Sometimes.
Sometime. 2 out of 3. Well, I think that pretty much went how we expected it to go, right? If they, like I said, if they didn't put pressure on Black's anti-mage, he would just spiral out of control, and that's exactly what we saw. Although, to be fair, like, credit to the rest of his team, I think all of Faceless just played incredibly well in the early to mid game, just controlling up the map. Like, Black wasn't even the one who was making the game hard for Mineski.
Yeah.
If it's pretty much just 4v5 for the first 20 minutes or so, and Black was just farming like without any worries.
I feel like by comparison, Ninja Boogie, Jules, and R are not doing nearly as much work as XY Nuts and Ice Ice Ice.
Although, I mean, to be fair to them, like it's like you said, the supports are just a little too greedy. I think as well.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I think their job was to react and counter what Faceless were doing, but you know that didn't really happen. In fact, it was just like XY rolling around, TPing around with Einshaw on top of him, getting ganks off. And yeah, right from the laning stage, Faceless was dominant. And that's going to conclude this best of 3 series. Faceless yet once again remains undefeated. And they take down Mineski 2-0. Coming up next, we have another best of 3. I do believe that is going to be TNC versus... I have this up somewhere. We got TNC versus wg.unity, and that's going to be 1 hour and 30 minutes from now, so 90 minutes. We'll take a long break, and when we come back, we should have another best of 3 coming your way. See you in a bit.